Dungeons, dungeons, dungeons. That is the topic of this week's video. I'd like to discuss with you all why I think Nintendo needs to make dungeons a thing again in the sequel. Let's dive in. Hey, how's it going? I'm Derek and welcome to Zelda Theory. This channel consists of a Zelda gaming list and Zelda videos all about the upcoming sequel to Breath of the Wild. So if you're new here and this is your first time, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell for Zelda content every single week. Now I know you all probably saw this video coming, but hey, as a content creator, sometimes the obvious videos get the most attention. Wink wink. Now we all know the hype around Breath of the Wild 2 is literally uncontainable. I just want some news, like something, Nintendo, anything. Here's to some information with the upcoming Direct. My fingers are crossed. With literally only a 2-minute trailer and a few screenshots, Nintendo has been very quiet about the sequel to Breath of the Wild 2. It's honestly very unusual for them, especially with a AAA title like Zelda, but anyway, I digress. The Nintendo series producer, however, did state at one point in time that he was really inspired by Red Dead Redemption 2 and the whole world building mechanics in the game. I mean, this could potentially mean something, right? Now, it is very clear that Breath of the Wild 2 is going to heavily iterate on what made the original 2017 title resonate with so many fans. Though The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is considered a masterpiece by critics, and was enormously successful at over 14 million units sold, and this data is from last year around September-ish. The game still has a few areas in need of tweaking, including some elements from the previous games and the franchise that should be implemented. In the story of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Link wakes up 100 years after the battle that led to the fall of Hyrule. One of his main objectives here, after his big nap, was to avenge the fallen champions that were recruited to aid him in his fight against the evil manifestation, Ganon. With their souls trapped on board the rogue divine beast that they once piloted, Link has to figure out a way to get them and defeat the remnants of Ganon that holds influence over the beast, saving his friends in the process. The 4 divine beasts, which could basically be found on the 4 corners of the game world, are giant, huge, Power Ranger looking mechanical structures shaped after various animals. They kind of act as the main dungeons in the game, and not kind of, they are, and they have certain puzzles the size of the beasts themselves. Though the 4 beasts are located in 4 different climates and environments, their structures of puzzles are pretty much the exact same, and I know I'm not alone here because I know a lot of us feel the same way. The puzzles, they were a little bit different, but at the same time they were like the exact same thing, just different animals pretty much. Link has to use the beast's features, even moving it entirely on its axis, in order to progress through certain puzzles. This differs from the type of dungeons found in older Legend of Zelda games. One of the most notorious dungeons in Legend of Zelda history is one of my all-time favorites, a water temple that is found in Ocarina of Time, which infamously had a room the player could get stuck in and never progress, and this is on the 64 version. Though fans would probably be happy to not have that return, the idea of dungeons based off of the elements in nature is one that was frequently used in the franchise, and one that could work really well in Breath of the Wild 2. An intricately built water dungeon in Zora's Domain, I kind of touched on this last week, as opposed to another divine beast like dungeon, would suit the game really well, I think. If other dungeons based off of other elements in the game world were to connect with each other in some sort of way, similarly to how the champions aim their lasers at Ganon in the original title, it could potentially make the entire game world a dungeon. Regarding other parts of the game that could be tweaked, though Link is able to swim, his ability to do so is limited to the surface with the whole stamina thing and everything. Underwater sections have obviously been in previous Legend of Zelda games, so it's not a stretch to imagine a wholly new level of exploration being added in. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I would be totally okay with pretty much anything at this point. As I mentioned before, Nintendo being as quiet as they are is very unsettling to me as a fan. However, and I've said this before, I am totally okay with the wait. I just wish they would give us an update, is all I'm trying to say, you feel me? Now listen, my friends, if you're a huge Zelda fan, be sure to click on either of the videos coming up on the screen here in a few to see more Zelda content you might enjoy. Be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a comment down below on which Zelda videos you would like to see next. I'll talk to you over on either of these Zelda videos coming up now.